Hi, welcome to Lakseya Digital Color Lab at Kiribati. Now, I'm going to explain you something about latest printing technology. I'm speaking to you from Lakseya Digital Color Lab Kiribati. If you see at this album, which is having in my hand, is a conventional album. In the world, everything is changing. That is the nature of the world. This sort of story album were popular at some time back, but right now it is not, because this is referred as a storybook and it is printed through a conventional digital printing machine which uses chemical and light sensitivity papers. What happens is, when you shoot and give your images to a color lab through a digital printing machine, the light is exposed to the paper and after that it goes through a chemical process. In this case, this is a one photograph, but in this one you can't print both sides. What we do is, we just printed two photographs and in the middle we put a board. That's how this album is made. But of course, by nature it is very bulky and of course it is very heavy. But the latest technology is not this. At the current, right now, the latest machine, HP Indigo 5900 digital press is currently installed at Lakseya Digital Color Lab. This machine is of course not an ordinary printer. This is a very professional high-end printing machine and it uses high-end technology. I'll explain you something about this machine. So this is the latest trend of wedding album. This is not story album. This is referred as magazine album. And the paper uses very thin compared to that one that was very thick. And the other thing, we do not print twice. Both sides print simultaneously. Both sides. So at once, this machine prints both sides. And you get different sort of paper. Unlike those chemical sensitivity papers, we do not have to keep these papers in dark, because it's chemical sensitive papers were light sensitive, but these are not. And you get different sort of papers for this album. And after printing, we have a different department for the lamination. We have different kind of papers to print photos with this machine, because all the papers used are fiber-based papers. And after printing, this goes to our laminating department. There we have glossy lamination, matte lamination, and silky lamination, which adds the elegant look to your photograph, and it protects from the outer things. And now I am in front of this HP Indigo 5900 machine. I'll show you one print which came just now. So this is a one page, and of course this is the back side. Now if you see, you get the exact correct color. Why? This machine uses high-end technology. It uses high-end technology, and this machine uses 7 colors. The conventional printing, that machine does not use any sort of ink. That uses chemicals to process the paper, but no processing inside. But this machine particularly uses ink cartridges. So that's why you get very rich and accurate colors. I'll explain to you the 7 colors this machine uses. This machine uses yellow, magenta, light magenta, cyan and light cyan, and black and white. Of course, this machine prints black and white also. Since this machine uses 7 colors to print your photograph, you will get tremendous photographs with high quality. The other reason is the technology which this machine uses. This is of course not an ordinary printer. This is a commercial, industrial printer. The investment for this machine is around 700 lakhs. The Lakseya owner Nimal Undugoda has invested this machine for Sri Lankan photography industry, Sri Lankan photographer. I think that you will be a great photographer if you print your photographs at a very professional lab. Now here in Lakseya, not only we have brought you this machine, but our 2 technicians already trained in HP Indigo in Singapore. So they have the knowledge how to operate and how to get the maximum out of this machine. For instance, now when you're putting your wedding order, you have to mention that the finish of the output, that means if you are going to get the glossy, then we have a different profile to print this one. And if you need the finalized satin matte, we have a different sort of profile. Likewise, they have now mastered about this machine. I should say that this is the only this nature of machine having in Sri Lanka. This is the first time where we have 5,900 machines which uses 7 colors. And earlier there was a trend that when these sort of magazine albums came into the market, we did not have printing machines in Sri Lanka. So what people did was, they just exposed their file here and they took their digital file to Chennai, India, and they got printed it and came back here and they handed over to customers. Of course, right now I think that you don't have to go to out of Sri Lanka. I'll tell you another reason. Now in India, they treat Indian taste, but in Sri Lanka, you know, we all Sri Lankan, and Nimal Undugoda, a truly a Sri Lankan, and he has matched these colors in accordance with Sri Lankan taste. So that you will get what you really need. Suppose that you go to India and get printed your machine, you need a correction. Are you in the position to fly back and get it corrected? No, not at all. It's impossible. But here, of course, you could visit Kiribati, and while you wait, we will print. Because this machine will take only 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, it will print your 50 pages album. And the other thing, now the album I am having in my hand is a wedding album. But this sort of magazine album could be used for another purposes as well. Suppose you are a wildlife or nature photographer. Then when you are going on a nature or wildlife trip, you could make a magazine album like this, and then you will get a very nice coffee shop book to show your relations or your office colleagues. A coffee shop book. That will be really nice. And this machine particularly, this not only prints photographs, but it also prints some other purpose as well. Suppose you want to print your invitation card, or certificates, or some posters, or menu card for your restaurant, or the business card for you. So this machine will do it for you. Because as I explained earlier, because it uses 7 colors and the technology using is very high, it will give you the super quality output for your all sort of needs. And of course, this machine replaces the conventional offset machine. Now, if you want to print more copies, then you can go for the conventional method. But suppose that you need to go for 500 copies, so then no need to go for the cost will be high if you go for the conventional method. But here, of course, you need 10 copies, 20 copies, no problem. You could go for with this machine. So those are the reasons why you should visit Lakseya Kiribati. And of course, Lakseya having 2 branches, one at Gampa, one at down south Mathura. So if you are looking at this video from somewhere in Sri Lanka, if you are close to Gampa, you could go visit to our Gampa branch or the Mathura branch, or you could visit to our Kiribati where I am. Otherwise, you could call us and you could upload your file, and we will do the printing and the binding, lamination and binding, and we will courier you the thing. So the Nimal Undugoda of Lakseya has brought you the latest technology. So I think that you all photographers should take the benefit of this. You can take the benefit and you can show your clients this photograph and you can get more orders. And at last, I think that now the time has come to say goodbye to India printing, because the machine is here in Kiribati. And one more thing, with this our Facebook campaign, SMS campaign, we have got a tremendous response for this machine in this season. As you know, what's the time now? Should be 10 to 12. I'm speaking to you nearly midnight. Why? Still we are working at Lakseya. Still we are giving our customers, and we are printing, and our binding department is also still working. Why? We have got a tremendous response for this new machine. So I think that it's time has come to think you and change and come to Lakseya to get your print. So I hope that you will think and come to Lakseya and get the very high quality prints. And I take this opportunity to thank you for watching this video, and I wish you a very happy and prosperous New Year. Thank you very much for joining with us from Lakseya. Good night to you all.